not gonna be on here long, maybe. But man, I'm gonna talk about just want to live throughout this lifespan that we be on. You're gonna lose people to death. You're gonna lose friendships to just losing general friendships. You're gonna lose, man. You're gonna lose spouses. You're gonna lose all types of stuff, man. You're gonna lose money, whether it's somebody robbing you or somebody doing something bad to you or you just blowing the money, being foolish. You're gonna lose things in his lifetime. This is what I've been like on this journey, man. I'm 45 years old, about to be 46. And what I've learned the most is when you lose things, does it shake who you are as a person? I feel you should have a standard for your life to say, man, I don't care how bad it gets. Um, this is who I am. And so when you get to the worst point in your life, you look back and you say, okay, this is who I am. This is who my mom and daddy say who I am. If mom and daddy ain't good to me, find the person that meant the most to you, that put a great impact in your life. Say, man, what did this person say about me? You find you a witness, man, and you choose to live. I remember, man, when I was like losing people in drastic ways, you know, I don't know if it's worse watching somebody die or losing them quick. I don't know what's worse. But throughout my lifetime, I've lost people quick, and I've lost people, you know, drawn out death, man, and it take a toll on your spirit. And you, man, I remember for a long time, man, I was hypochondriac, man, just out here just feeling sick. Like, man, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And I felt this way, this feeling that I wanted. I was like, man, I'm gonna die. Like, man, I was just going to the doctor, man. Doctor, man, you fine, man. Go home and take a break. And I just felt like I was gonna die. And I just had to start like pulling it together, man. But every time I had to choose to live. I chose to live, man. I want to see it all the way through, man. I remember I read something from 7 years ago, man, and I was talking about when I was going to try to commit suicide and kill myself. 7 years ago. Like I'm writing this thing like, man, a year and a half ago, bro, you was about to take yourself out of here. You was about to get up out of here, man. You was about to get out of the game. You was about to say, nope, game over. You was about to do it. And a voice came through and was like, man, come on. See it all the way through, man. It's something better on the other side. Man, what I get on the other side? So I lost my sister to cancer on March 11th, a week before my birthday, March 19th. And when I got married, my child's birthday is the same day my sister died. When I met my wife for the first time, just met her, been seeing her around, but met her for the first time was at my aunt's wedding. My aunt's wedding. Just went up in there. And this was a crazy thing because I had just lost my sister, Stacy. And my aunt was marrying a man named Stacy. Man, some divine intervention stuff, me finding my wife, man, when it's meant to be, when you call out to God in a certain way, man, because you want to live, man. When I tell people about this story about me possibly trying to commit suicide, I always tell them, man, um, I started doing stuff to live. I started looking into religion to live. Like I was looking into all religions. I was looking up what Buddhists was doing. I was looking up what Islam was doing. I was looking, just looking up and under everything, man. Um, because I'm trying to find out how to live. And people say these things work, man. And so I end up leaving traditional religion and I started like getting into witchcraft and all types of crazy ass shit. I went to go see a witch doctor and he told me who my orishas were. He was like, say these things every day. And I was saying it. It was like, I wasn't getting fooled, man. It wasn't like nothing I can really get into like that. So to me, this thing felt just as empty as I already was. This thing this spiritual practice was as empty as I already was. It was as empty as all them other things that I had looked into. Eh, eh, nah. And then I read the Bible the first time at 39 years old. I wanted to live. Man, I was doing all types of things to live. I'm going to see psychics. Hey, man, good people, great people, told me great things. Nobody of these people that I went to go see, witch doctors and all these other people, told me bad things about myself. They was like, man, wait till you find out. And I was like, well, I got to keep living to find out what all these people done seen. And so, man, I went to like hypnotherapists and man, I did all types of shit to try to live. Like I wasn't just standing pat like, oh man, life's so tough. I went out there and took fucking bull by the reins, man. Like, and then I just came to a point where none of that stuff was working. And I got angry. I was so angry. I think this is around 2014, 2016 time. I'm angry, mad at the world because I done studied into all this stuff and it don't make no sense to me. It doesn't add the spiritual growth that I need for myself. And then a good old voice came through, man. In your anger sometimes, God will talk to you. And my biggest question, because what really broke me in 2012 and what was the start of my spiritual journey was watching Hidden Colors and watching how Black people have been treated in this country. I had never seen anything like that. You know, they don't teach slavery in this country, so you really don't know how bad it was. But in 2012, man, after I saw that video, I didn't just take that thing and say, oh, okay, this is law. I went and studied. And for 4 years, studied. And that's when I became angry. And I was like, what type of God would allow something like this? I'm angry with God. I'm really, really angry. I'm really throwing questions out there. And what you say with your mouth, sometimes you'll get an answer. And sometimes it'll be in the most inappropriate of ways. But remember, through me trying to live, I'm challenging God. I want to challenge this person that they call God. And you just going through this, man. And God be answering you, man, in certain ways, and you don't even be paying attention. Answering all your prayers, all your hopes, dreams, and wishes. Sometimes on the other side of work. Sometimes on the other side of you changing your attitude. Sometimes it's really about you changing. But man, God did a lot of work on me, man. But it was me wanting to live, man, angry at God, man. And the question I asked, and then I got an answer was, I said, God, why you let these people do this to us? Why you let these people treat us like this? I was referring to how African Americans, the people they call niggas, um, why they get treated like this in America. Why do you get treated like the lowest of the low? And I got an answer. You know what that answer was? Half them, half you. Half them, half you. You got to hold yourself liable for your part in this here matter. And he basically like was explaining to me this voice was explaining to me that have whatever they do to you shouldn't shake the foundation of who you are. Who who they are to you should not shake the foundation of who you are. It should not break your character of who I created you to be. And I had to sit with that for a minute because I had asked God a specific question. Why did you have these people? Why these people are why they treat us like this? Why? I had a lot of whys in the beginning of my spiritual journey talking to my father. He said, half them, half you. If you fix your side, you ain't got to worry about them. I'll fix that. I'll handle that. If you handle your 50%, it's half of what they've done to you, but it's half of how you've treated yourself after what they've done to you. What I'm saying, people, is especially African Americans, man, because I don't know if y'all know this about my community page, but if you go over there and you click the link and you see what my bio says is I'm talking to the lost sheep, these African Americans out here that don't have a nation, don't have any accurate representation for themselves, that is paid for and funded only by Black people. They do not. They have no government that speaks for them. Like, at least they give the Indians reservations and a government that can go and speak to. We don't have none of that. We are just 3/5 amongst the government. We like the redhead stepkid that daddy had sex with the slave lady and she had a kid and they got to take care of. That's what Black people feel like in this country. And so when you want to live, man, you have to look past any and everything. What people say about you, how you think people feel about you. You have to keep going. You have to fight through so much trying to live. And it's worth it, man. If you doing this thing the right way, it's worth it to live every day doing what God asked you to do. And that's what I'm on, man. I'm on a journey of living, man. I done chose to live so many times when I should have checked it on out. When I didn't know what my next move was, when I didn't know how I was going to get out of a certain jam, when I thought that I was going to get locked up for a very, very, very long time. And things just always worked out. But when most of these people, man, I be seeing people commit suicide, and I'm like, man, I wonder what the rest of his story was going to look like. I wonder what her story was going to look like if they would have just lived and just tried to see this thing through. No matter any of the odds, try to see this thing through and live. Man, I'd have made it to 45 years. I didn't think I was going to live past 25 years old. I remember when I passed up 25, I got to 30 years old, man, I was so scared. I was like, man, you beat the odds. You live past 25. I was scared. I thought I had cheated death. Just have some favor, man, a little bit of grace and mercy. Man, look here. To all the people out there that got them suicidal thoughts, I'm going to tell you something, man. You need to start fighting for yourself. How do you fight for yourself? You arm yourself with weapons of warfare. These are spiritual weapons. When you learn how to control your voice, you learn how to control your emotions, you learn how to control your feelings, how you feel and what you feel. Because most of the stuff you feel is not real. It's attached to trauma. You get rid of that stuff, all the bad stuff. If you're lustful, get that lust out of your heart. If you're addicted, I tell people, man, when they come to me and they talk about, oh man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I say, do you smoke weed? Do you do any type of drugs? Do you consume alcohol? And they're like, yeah. I'd be like, give it up for 9 months. All of it? Yeah, 9 months. A little short, little. We trying to live here, right? The people that challenge themselves enough to give the 9 months, they find out that they are in control now of the thing, and the thing is not in control of them. It's about getting back in control of your body. Most people are not in control of their body. If they get around somebody and lust takes control, they've been and had sex with that person before they even thought about it. So you cleanse this lust, man. I tell people give up sex for 9 months, and people be looking at me like I'm crazy. How could I do such a thing? What we doing out here? Is we growing or what? I'm trying to live. I'm teaching people how to live. These are spiritual weapons. I'm not teaching you simpleton things that a 30-day cheat code. No, 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 no. We talk about lifestyle changes. People that come to me and they have eating problems. Yeah, you know, eating can get you up out of here too. I say, hey, um, fast for 3 days. Only waters, you know, tea. Throw yourself in a smoothie, man, so you don't be too down bad. But when you reset your body, or start throwing a salad up in there, I tell most people, take out breakfast. You don't need no breakfast. What you need breakfast for? You ate for 4 people already. Need no more breakfast. We trying to live, right? We can be honest with our people. But I'm just giving y'all instances, man. I'm telling you, man, we trying to live, man. I want people to survive. I don't want your depression to win. I've chose to live many, many times when I done went through some of the similar situations that some of you are going through out there. And at the end of the day, I had to choose me. I had to choose to win. Past these bad thoughts, past failure, past deceit, past betrayal. You have to grow and say, okay, that's not the end. It's just a phase. And I can move on. Okay, I lost a girlfriend. I don't have to go and stalk her and kill her. I can just go on and live my life and find somebody for me. Because the person done left for a reason. If I'm a woman and I'm down bad, a man done left you, you don't have to go chase him, and go to his job every day. You could just go on about your business and find a man for you. Because we choosing to live. That's what we're doing. When you choosing to live, you say, okay, um, after the person left, you didn't even die. You didn't even die. You were still there living. You didn't even die. You were still there living. You were still there living. And y'all thinking that y'all can't live without somebody. You better go live your life and see how it play out. Some of y'all did lose the love of y'all life. Shit sucks. But you're going to have to move on with your life and accept the consequences and do better next time. But I want you to live at the end of the day and see how it play out. Peace out. Yes, sir.